Adam wiped the grease from his hands onto his already filthy coveralls and squinted at the smoking wreckage in Bay 7. The distress beacon had been broadcasting for 3 hours before anyone at the orbital station bothered to investigate. Most species wouldn't touch a draconian vessel. Too proud, too dangerous, too likely to eat you if you suggested their engineering was flawed. But humans were either brave or stupid, and Adam had long since stopped caring which category he fell into. The airlock hissed open, and Adam stepped inside with his toolkit. The interior was a mess of scorched metal and sparking conduits, and there in the pilot's chamber sat the most magnificent and terrifying creature he'd ever seen. She was easily 9 feet tall, covered in obsidian scales that shimmered with an iridescent purple sheen. Her wings, folded against her back, still managed to fill half the chamber. Golden eyes with vertical slits locked onto him, and smoke curled from her nostrils. "You are human," she said, her voice a low rumble that Adam felt in his chest. "They sent a child to repair my vessel." Adam was 23, but he supposed to a species that lived for centuries he might as well be a toddler. "I'm the best mechanic on this station, ma'am. Name's Adam. What happened here?" The dragon lady, because Adam's brain refused to process her as anything else, rose to her full height. "I am Elena, 7th daughter of the Crimson Reaches, commander of the Imperial Scout Fleet. My quantum drive phase regulator suffered a catastrophic failure during jump. No draconian engineer within 3 systems can reach me for another week." "Phase regulator?" Adam whistled, already moving toward the engine compartment. "Yeah, those are tricky. Most species use triple redundant safeties because of how volatile they are." Elena's tail lashed. "Draconians do not need safeties. We have superior piloting skills." Adam bit back a smile. "Right, how'd that work out?" The temperature in the cabin rose 10 degrees. Elena's scales rippled with heat shimmer. "Impudent whelp. Perhaps I should find another—" "Look," Adam interrupted, because he'd learned that confidence was key when dealing with species that could literally breathe fire. "You can wait a week for a draconian engineer to arrive and tell you what you already know, that you pushed your drive beyond safety specs. Or you can let me fix it in 3 hours, and you'll be back to your mission before dinner." Elena studied him with those predatory eyes. Then, surprisingly, she laughed, a sound like rocks tumbling down a mountain. "Bold, very well, human. Prove your species' vaunted ingenuity." Adam got to work. The quantum drive was a disaster. The phase regulator hadn't just failed. It had practically melted. Worse, the backup systems that should have kicked in were fried too. Elena had been flying a bomb, and only luck had kept her alive long enough to reach the station. "This shouldn't be possible," Adam muttered, running diagnostics. "Your safeties were manually overridden. All of them." "I was being pursued," Elena said quietly. She'd moved closer, watching him work with intense curiosity. "Pirates. They disabled my weapons array. My only option was to push the drive beyond recommended parameters." Adam glanced up at her. There was something in her voice, not quite vulnerability, but close. He turned back to his work. "How many ships?" 7. "And you outran them all?" Adam grinned. "That's pretty badass." Elena's scales shifted to a warmer gold color. "Badass?" "It means impressive, brave." Adam pulled out the ruined regulator. "You know, most pilots would have surrendered. Draconians really don't do things halfway, huh? Surrender is not in our nature." But she sounded pleased. For the next 2 hours, Adam worked while Elena watched. She asked questions, dozens of them, about human engineering philosophy, about why humans used inefficient redundancies, about Earth and its history. Adam answered between rewiring circuits and fabricating replacement parts. "Your species is strange," Elena finally said. "You are individually weak, short-lived, fragile. Yet you ventured into space with primitive vessels, made friends with species that could destroy you, and somehow thrived." Adam shrugged, calibrating the new phase regulator. "We're adaptable and stubborn. When someone says we can't do something, we take it as a challenge. Like repairing a draconian warship in under 3 hours." "Exactly like that." Adam grinned and hit the ignition sequence. The quantum drive hummed to life, smooth and stable. "There you go. Good as new. Better, actually. I upgraded your coolant distribution system. You can push it 5% harder now without risking another meltdown." Elena stared at the readings, then at Adam. Her scales rippled through a dozen colors Adam couldn't interpret. "You exceeded expectations, human. I am impressed." Adam, he corrected. And thanks. Just doing my job. Adam. She tested his name, her accent making it sound exotic and strange. She reached into a compartment and pulled out a data chip. This contains full authorization codes for draconian space lanes. Show this at any checkpoint and you will be granted safe passage. It is a gift given only to those who have earned the respect of our people. Adam's eyes widened. Those codes were worth a fortune, and more importantly, they'd open up entire regions of space to human traders. I don't know what to say. Say you will visit the Crimson Reaches someday, Elena said. I would show you our shipyards. Perhaps teach you about proper engineering. Her eyes glinted with humor, the kind without so many redundant safeties. Adam laughed. It's a deal, but I'm keeping the safeties. As Elena's ship powered up and prepared to depart, she paused at the airlock. Your species will do great things in this galaxy. Adam, perhaps even teach old dragons new tricks. Adam watched her ship vanish into the starfield, his communicator already buzzing with messages from other alien crews who'd heard what happened. Apparently, word traveled fast when a human fixed what a dragon couldn't. What a day indeed. He smiled, tucked the authorization chip safely in his pocket, and headed back to the garage. After all, there were always more ships to fix, more impossible problems to solve. That's what humans did best.